So ever since this tweet on October 28th of 2024 from Nightshare talking about how his time with Fnatic was going to be coming to an end after almost 2 years, Fnatic has obviously not had a head coach and has been looking for who their next guy is going to be for the 2025 season, looking who is going to be at the helm of this new look Fnatic roster, which has actually had a pretty interesting offseason, obviously being able to bring in Upset and Mickey into a team that was already pretty successful in 2024, but ultimately fell short of a lot of their goals, bringing in two players with really high, pedigree and class and veterans who have kind of been there, done that. They've won, they've done amazing things in their careers, but obviously your coach and your coaching staff and the infrastructure can be very important. It can be a pivotal part of a winning team and a championship team and a contending team and taking a good team to a great team. So who Fnatic's next head coach was going to be was a huge question, which now has an answer. That's what we're going to be talking about today. We have this report from Sheep Esports. GrabbZ has reached a verbal agreement to join Fnatic in the LEC. After working for G2 and BDS, he will be making his return to the LEC. Now, I know this was kind of speculated. This was one of the names being thrown around out there by fans, but also by people in the rumor mill as well. I know there was maybe some other names thrown around there as well. I know some people were saying they wanted to see like Yamato come to Fnatic and stuff like that, whatever. We decided, obviously Fnatic has decided they are going with GrabbZ at the helm. This report coming from Alejandro, so I want to dive into this and see what is going on. Sources, GrabbZ has reached a verbal agreement to join Fnatic as head coach. So this is also very interesting. There's another player, obviously, or not another player, another person in the scene that has those heavy connections and those heavy ties to G2, now going to Fnatic. Seeing these, personnel, players, coaches, whatever, on both sides of this rivalry and kind of in both of the colors is very interesting and maybe unsettling to people. But they're obviously, G2's been able to do amazing things, and Fnatic going after those G2 guys does make a lot of sense. Also pairing up GrabbZ and Mickey, like a reunion for them could be very cool. Could work out very well. But yeah, GrabbZ will be rejoining the LEC after a 2-year break. So according to sources close to Sheep Esports, GrabbZ has reached a verbal agreement with Fnatic and will be joining back the LEC next season to be the Black and Orange's head coach. As Nightshare parted ways with the organization on October 28th, the team took 2 weeks to find a new group leader. Fnatic's roster has already been fully reported, with Mickey and Upset as the latest arrivals according to our sources. Again, they're going to be paired up with Oscar, Razork, and Humanoid, rounding out that 5-man roster. 3 of those players, the whole top side, and Humanoid in the mid lane, returning with that brand new bot lane. It's hard for any European fan to forget about GrabbZ after his 4 years spent with G2, especially in 2019 when he brought his letters of nobility to Europe. Even though he was not the first Western head coach to reach a world final in League of Legends, modern era, Dylan Falco with Fnatic, the year before, he was the first and the only since then to win an international tournament. Sorry, I can't talk. At MSI in 2019. So again, GrabbZ is a world finalist. He is an MSI champion. He has been there and done that. Obviously, he had an amazing team and just org and G2 doing all of that, so some people are going to maybe discredit GrabbZ or give him more credit or whatever. We're going to see, obviously, how he does in this new stint with Fnatic now. The German coach then had a rough time with BDS in 2022, where he failed to build a strong project from scratch and finished 9th and 10th in LEC spring and summer splits. Since then, GrabbZ stepped out of the competitive scene. Fnatic experienced kind of a similar fate by winning everything domestically, going to World Final in 2018, and then failing to lift any trophies afterwards. The Black and Orange are still part of Europe's legend, but in terms of success, they are now a thing of the past. Not only the organization didn't win a single LOL title since 2018, they reached the final of the LEC 8 times since their last title, losing all 8 of them. That is insane. That's an insane stat. But also, I don't want to discredit Fnatic too much. Making it to the final is still impressive. Ultimately, at the end of the day, only one team can win. There's going to be one happy team. There's going to be one team raising the cup. There's going to be 9 teams disappointed every single split. It's not like Fnatic has been at the bottom of the barrel. It's not like Fnatic's been an 8th place team or anything like that. Fnatic is still doing great things. Other teams are also doing great things, but Fnatic is there. Making that many finals is something to be celebrated. Fnatic is still doing good. Now, obviously, I get it. Their fans are hungry, thirsty, whatever, for more. They want championships. They want worlds, success. They want semifinals. They want finals. They want to go back to the good old days Fnatic. I get that, but I don't want to, shit on Fnatic too much, I guess, is the point of what I'm trying to say. Losing all 8 of them, 7 losses to G2, their eternal rivals. That's crazy. But again, now you got some people coming over from the G2 side of things over to Fnatic. You got Mickey coming over. You got GrabbZ coming over. So that's going to make things even more spicy when you get those, Mickey taking on G2 again. You got GrabbZ taking on G2 again. That's going to add to the whole storyline, and that should be really fun for the fans. This year was no exception, with Fnatic finishing runner-ups in spring, summer, and season finals. What's more, all their final defeats were inflicted by the Samurais. On top of this regional curse, the team always seems to crack on the international stage. Again, they didn't used to. Fnatic used to be a team that had a lot lot of international success. But yes, as of late, obviously their world runs have been filled with drama, controversy, and ultimately, failure or lacking of leading up to expectations and goals at the end of the day. Fnatic doesn't want to settle for that, which is why some changes were required coming in 2025. Will a new bot lane, new head coach be enough to reverse the trend? So obviously GrabbZ is coming into Fnatic team that has plenty of talent to be able to win. This is a championship level roster at the end of the day, and you also have an opportunity because G2 made some changes. Obviously G2, I'm sure, is expecting their changes or is hoping their changes will help them and allow them to become stronger for 2025 and reach their own goals, where they've ultimately been coming up short of them a little bit as well. But G2 took some risks this offseason, and it is very, very, very possible that G2 got worse this offseason. Is Skewmond necessarily or definitively going to come in, or definitely going to come in and be better than Yike was previously? I don't know. Yike was very, very, very good. Skewmond has, some big shoes to fill. And then, of course, Lebrov coming in for Mickey, the best LEC support of all time, the best Western support of all time, one of the best Western players of all time. It's like, to say Lebrov's going to come in and be better than Mickey, that would be kind of crazy. Obviously you can have doubts, or you can have you can talk critically about how Mickey played, at certain stretches or at certain times for G2, or, was he good enough at Worlds, or was Mickey going to be able to take them to the next level at this stage in his career, or whatever, or if Mickey is a world-class support anymore. But that doesn't mean Lebrov is going to come in and be an immediate impact upgrade or an upgrade ever at all. So not only is Fnatic good, I don't know if Fnatic got better this offseason. Again, is Fnatic with upset Mickey in the bot lane going to be better than Noah in June? I don't know. We're going to find out. Also, what kind of form is Humanoid and Razor going to be in? That seems to be very volatile. How good is Oscar? Is Oscar good enough? That's all very, very, very fair. But again, Fnatic was so close last year. It's possible they got better this offseason. It's possible that, G2 got worse this offseason. So that maybe leaves open some opportunity. Obviously, another big thing that GrabbZ is going to have to deal with and overcome, like we saw in this Nightshare post, he said, unfortunately, due to budget constraints, we couldn't hire a strategic coach, and the performance coach was only available for the short part of the year. This left a bittersweet taste, and I couldn't fully realize my vision for the project. I'm sure, obviously, before GrabbZ took the job, I'm sure they addressed some of these things. They talked about it, whatever, but it is going to be interesting to see what kind of support financially and in terms of resources and coaching and other coaches and stuff that Fnatic is going to be able to provide to GrabbZ. Is going to be everything that he wants and needs to be able to fulfill his vision of what he sees this thing. But yes, obviously GrabbZ has been there and done that. These Fnatic players largely have been there and done that. It is a very, very formidable lineup now with a coach who, again, there's different people who are going to talk about how good or bad or whatever they think GrabbZ is, but it's a good lineup now with a good coach, and it seems like quickly Fnatic is running out of excuses. This 2025 season, at least for me, it's going to kind of be put up or shut up, because they really have everything in place to be able to do some things. And honestly, at this rate, I would not be shocked or surprised to see Fnatic win at least one LEC title this season, and maybe go do some damage at Worlds as well. And again, obviously, this is all going to be with GrabbZ at the helm, which I think is honestly a pretty exciting and pretty big pickup. Now, again, you could be critical on the other side where you say, hey, Fnatic has like a lot of the recycled players in their Fnatic lineup. They're whatever. They're using players we've seen time and time again. Now using a coach that we've seen time and time again. But like I said, I do think it's going to work. I think this makes a lot of sense on paper, but we will have to see. Of course, just want to mention real quick that Holy and Sheep Esports are doing a giveaway. We're offering 1 year of Holy Drink to anyone who orders with codes SE5 or SE10. This is very, very exciting. Obviously, SE5 is going to get you €5 off your very first purchase, and SE10 is going to get you 10% off your entire basket. So choose whichever one of those is going to be the best for you. To participate in this, all you have to do is place an order with one of those codes before December 6th of 2024. So you still have plenty of time. You might even have time to get multiple orders and, whatever. I don't know. Order some Holy. Definitely help support us and everything we're doing here on Cheap Esports. I would appreciate it a ton. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then.